Good evening, Her Excellency Liurka Rodriguez Barrios. Yeah, you are ambassador, Cuba ambassador to Cambodia.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you here. Actually, I love to see a woman handle such big responsibility. I feel proud as a woman.
Thank you so much. In Cuba, it's common. It's not.
Yeah, no, you are great. You know, you handle a big responsibility. You represent your country in our country. Yeah, and I know that you just moved here like 6 months ago. So I would like to go back and ask you, how was your first impression when you arrived Cambodia?
Well, thank you so much for inviting. It's a pleasure to me be here talking with you or with all the public from Cambodia. Before to go to here, some friend of mine said to me that Cambodia is a small country, a small city, no so interesting, no to do for do. But when I arrived to Cambodia, I was so impressed. I already have studied about the history of Cambodia, and I knew about the development of Cambodia. But when I arrived, so it was so impressive. And I took a picture and posted in my Facebook page. And some friend of mine said, "Oh, Liurka, you still at Europe. I think you will be okay when you arrive to Cambodia." And I said, "No, I am in Phnom Penh now." So impressive because the big building, because the big city, because everybody working happy. For me was very important because I knew about the history of Cambodia. I knew about all the effort that the people had to do in order to have independence, peace. And when I arrived here, I was by myself, everything. I was so happy.
Yeah, they said that no matter how you read about something, you feel surprised when you see that in your eyes. Her Excellency Rodriguez, you are here as an ambassador, Cuba ambassador to Cambodia, and we are going to talk about the relationship, bilateral relationship or diplomatic relationship between Cambodia and Cuba. So I want to dig deeper about the history. We should talk about the history before we go further, right? So I want to know when did the diplomatic relationship Cuba and Cambodia has started?
First of all, I would like to mark that I arrived in here in a very important moment for our relationship, because this year, in 2020, we arrived to the 60th anniversary of our diplomatic relationship.
60th anniversary
in April 15, because we made our diplomatic relationship in April 1960. April 15, 1916. We arrived the 60th anniversary last month. We couldn't celebrate as we are planning because of the COVID-19. But we, in January, officially inaugurate the year 60 of our anniversary, diplomatic anniversary, with Prime Minister Hun Sen. In the meeting that I had with him, we officially inaugurate the year, because we wanted to celebrate, even planning a high-level visit to Cuba in March, but unfortunately it wasn't possible. But because 60th anniversary is very important for us. We opening our relationship in 1916, but here in Cambodia we opened our embassy in 1967. With the first ambassador, a hero of Cuba, one of the most important revolutionaries in Cuba was the first ambassador, Raúl Valdés Vivó. And from those moments, we work together in different fields. First of all, we cooperate in multilateral fields. Cuba support Cambodia in no-aligned movement, and Cambodia support us in United Nations, always support us in our fight against the U.S. blockade that affected the Cuban economy, social and political field, and Cambodia always have been close to Cuba in this battle against the blockade. that is the first thing that I had to do about the history of our relationship, the support of Cambodia in this battle. And Cuba provide to Cambodia to medical assistance in the past, yes. Two medical team brigades came to Cambodia to help Cambodia after the finish of Khmer Rouge system, and they came to here to help the country in this field, and we provide a scholarship to Cambodians to study in Cuba. More than 100 Cambodians have prepared in Cuba in different fields, medical, education, agriculture, sport, and they are now working here in Cambodia.
About what you are talking and what you told us about the history of the relationship between Cuba and Cambodia, I can say that we have a long history and really good relationship. Yeah, we have each other a lot. And I want to talk about the present. I want to know which area that we are cooperate. I mean, like what we are focusing on, like which area, which field, agriculture, education that we are incorporate.
Well, now we are preparing some agreement to improve our collaboration in culture, sport, education. We remain collaborating in education field, and in health field too. We are talking about the possibility to collaborate in this field, and biotechnological and medicine too. In this moment, we have a talk with different ministry in order to organize our collaboration. We have to interchange about with our diplomatic academies. We have already prepared the agreement to sign between the diplomatic academy here and the diplomatic academy in Cuba, but we are waiting for the end of the COVID-19 in order to recuperate all of our agreement and all our collaboration. But I hope this year is very important for us because we have to improve our collaboration. Cuba and Cambodia are in a very good moment.
Yeah, whatever is if we are waiting for COVID to go away, COVID hold everything, COVID-19 hold everything. Talking about the education, education is also one that Cuba and Cambodia are focusing on. And as you mentioned earlier, Cuba has offered the scholarship to Cambodian students. I want to know how many students how many scholarship that Cuba has offered to Cambodia now?
Now, in this moment, because our problem, in Cuba, we are offering one scholarship, only one scholarship for a student.
One scholarship?
Yes, each year. Even this year, we offer one scholarship, and last year two, in order to maintain every year one scholarship. Now we can see that all the Cambodians that have studied in Cuba, they are an organization.
Her Excellency Rodriguez, we just passed our 60 years anniversary relationship last April, right? Like 10th of April? We just passed our 60-year anniversary. So I want to know that, do you have any plans or strategy to enhance our bilateral relationship?
Yes, the plan, from now on. I have a note. We have to cooperate more in health, education,
You focus on health.
Yes, health, education, culture, sport. Maybe we can work in provide the assistance in language, in Spanish, for example. Yes. I know there are a lot of Spanish tourists came to Cambodia, even from Latin America. Yeah. And Cambodia can assist us in something like cultural heritage, but you have a lot of experience about it, and that they are, for the tourists, is they prefer to go to those sites, those places, and we can learn more about you, about the preservation of cultural heritage, and this is we can interchange. We assist in the language, and you assist us conservation of heritage.
Let's talk about the tourists. As you have mentioned earlier, we are far away, like 16,000 kilometers from each other.
Yeah, so far.
And, yeah, but we still have something to do. Yeah,
of course.
In terms of tourism development. So I want to know if you think we could do something to promote our tourism in both countries, Cuba and Cambodia.
Yes, I think even if we are so far, we are a lot of things. We were talking in the field of human resource to be prepared more to receive the tourists, but maybe we can thinking in the future about the possibility to go to interchange tourists from Cuba and from Cambodia. Because it's true, it's so far, it's so hard, but maybe some people from Cambodia are interested in
Cuba.
In Cuba, of course. And we are talking about the possibility to show here at this channel some videos from Cuba about the very good places in Cuba, like beach, for example. Havana is very a beautiful city.
Yeah.
And we have one of the most beautiful beaches around the world. The name is Barrios. This place is one of the most important beaches around the world, not only in the Caribbean. But maybe you will be interested in to go to Cuba, and maybe when you show or watch the people watch the video from Cuba, maybe they will be interested in to go. It's easy. Yeah, they don't need a lot of things to go to Cuba. Only a ticket, only a ticket, the visa, tourist visa from the Cuban embassy, and you can go to Cuba to enjoy the place.
Her Excellency Rodriguez, we can see that between Cuba and Cambodia, our diplomatic relationship, we have many cooperation in a lot of aspect and area. But I want to talk about the trade. Does Cuba and Cambodia have any trade relation? I mean, like trade coming to Cambodia.
We can to improve our trade relationship because it's not big, but I think there exists potential between Cuba and Cambodia in order to improve this economic and commercial relationship. Now we can talk about, for example, Cambodia buy some biotechnological product from Cuba. You know, this is very important field for Cuba, this field, and we sell some products. And in other products, tobacco, for example, cigar. We say in English cigar. For Cuba, there are two of the most important products that we sell to other part of the world. In Cambodia, we have a small representation of those products. We promote those kind of products, even if they are not good for health. I always mark this point, but in a very good way. That is,
it's not too bad.
Okay, not too bad.
It's not too bad if you use it in the right way with a good amount.
We profit the opportunity to even if we want a Cambodian buy those products, we have to mark the importance that we are in the very good way. And maybe we can promote more, because they said, the representation here said that Cambodia no used to smoke, for example, Cambodian tobacco. But maybe in the future we can show how to do, because as I note, in a very good way, is it's
not
good.
really bad. Yeah,
Not
it's not
really
bad at all. Yeah, and we hope in the future, who knows, maybe more trade is coming to Cambodia in different fields like agriculture, health, tourism.
Of
or
course,
something, yeah.
it depends of our agreement of cooperation
Yeah.
that can promote the possibility, open the opportunity to make investment here or in Cuba, of course.
Yeah. We are open and waiting for a new trade to come into Cambodia. And who knows, maybe Cambodia go to Cuba.
Of course, we are waiting. Yes, of course, we are open our country in order to have more investment from other countries. Of course, from Cambodia, that will be very pleasure to receive Cambodia businessmen to go to Cuba.
So one last question, Ms. Her Excellency Rodriguez. I want to know about your perspective as an ambassador to Cambodia, Cuba ambassador to Cambodia. What is your perspective of our diplomatic relationship?
I think that after COVID, and we can resume all our cooperation agreement. I hope that Cuba and Cambodia will work so hard in order to build more stronger relationship and interchange between our leader, for example, and preparing the important the delegation from Cuba and from Cambodia, and achieve our agreement. We have on the table 3 or 4 agreements, and I think that will be very important to improve our relationship. And personally, I think that will be a big challenge for me, because as you say, a woman is so hard to go abroad, but in Cuba, as I said, it's very common. But I'm so happy to be here in order to contribute to develop our relationship, and I hope I will do with the cooperation of all the Cambodian authorities, and the support, of course, of the people, and maybe we will be stronger in our relationship.
Yeah, and do you have anything to talk to Cambodian people?
Okay, thank you so much for receiving me. Sometimes when I go to the market or the other place, people ask me about
who you are.
Who you are. You are from Africa, no? I am not. I even have my family maybe at the past came from Africa, but not. I came from Cuba, and I'm so happy to be here, and so happy because I have a daughter, 8 years old, and she's very happy here in Cambodia. She feels free here because she can do a lot of things here. She goes to the school, and she's happy. And I'm so happy to be here, to learn more about diplomacy, because I have a lot of things to learn, and learn more about Cambodia, and make more contribution to the relationship between Cuba and Cambodia.
Yes, and thank you for your efforts so far, and welcome to Cambodia. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you to you for inviting me. It's my first interview, I think, like this at the
I'd
media.
love to be your first.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I feel very comfortable with you or with all the staff, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.